Hello everyone, my name is Sikeade Egbuwalo. I work with the Federal Ministry of Environment here in Nigeria and I'm part of the Nigerian Pollinator Network. I'm here to share with you our contributions towards achieving food security and land degradation neutrality in the post-COVID era. This picture is an evidence of how it all started, what Nigerian Pollinator Network means and how it came into being. It all started from the Anglophone African Regional Trialogue that was organized by the BES-Net of UNDP in Nairobi, Kenya in May 2019. In that meeting, experts were brought together to discuss issues that relate to food security and land degradation neutrality target. And in that meeting, the Nigerian team developed an action plan as it relates to food security and land degradation neutrality target. So from that meeting, we came back home to Nigeria and sat down as a team and looked at how we could bring in more experts to the network for us to be able to achieve what we had set out in our action plan back in Kenya. So from that, we expanded the network and we were able to do our first meeting in July 2019. And in our first meeting, we achieved a great milestone by joining the coalition of the willing non-pollinators with support of the Nigerian government. And another thing we did in that meeting was to review and update our land degradation neutrality country action plan that we developed back in Kenya in a way that enhances food security for Nigeria. And another outcome of that meeting is development of a national database for pollinators. We felt there is a need for us to know the data of pollinators in Nigeria and also to have it stored in a database. So from that meeting, we set out to work and with all of us committed to implementing our country action plan. And from that, we had a second meeting this year in March in Cross River State, where we were able to sit down with the consultant through the support of UNDP in Nigeria. We had that meeting, and in that meeting, we developed our work plan with the help of the consultant. So the outcome of that meeting was a work plan that was agreed by everyone. And I must say we've been able to follow the implementation at every point, and it's been wonderful and very, very, I'm glad to say we have achieved a lot and we still hope to do better. And another achievement that we've done as a network is the successful World Bee Day campaign held in May 2020. And I'm glad to let you know that we got the support of our Honorable Minister of Environment and the Honorable Minister of State for the Environment here in Nigeria. We had about 36 states in attendance, and we got them placards of what bee is called in their various languages, and they were able to take pictures with it and posted it on Twitter using the hashtag we provided to them. And that created an online wave on Nigerian Twitter for that day. And it was flagged off by the Honorable Minister of Environment and the Honorable Minister of State for the Environment. That's the picture of our two ministers holding what bee is called in two various languages in Nigeria. That's the picture of the immediate past permanent secretary of the Federal Ministry of Environment in Nigeria. And we have picture of our youth advocacy group on pollinators. We now have, from the World Bee Day, we now have what is called Bee Youth Advocacy Group in Nigeria. Members of that group are the coordinators from the World Bee Day campaign. So those are some of their pictures. School children were not left out in the campaign on World Bee Day. That's the picture evidence of the Nigerian trends for that day and how the hashtag we created, "We Need Honeybee," trended on #2 of Nigerian Twitter trends for that day. Now I'm going to talk to you on our key learning point, especially during the COVID outbreak. It has shown us that we need to increase conversation on nature-based solutions for the post-COVID recovery. We have learned that pollinator conservation is key to our COVID recovery as part of nature-based solutions to COVID recovery. Then we have learned that we need to update the database that we have developed for pollinators in Nigeria. We need to improve awareness and advocacy on pollinators because we realize that a lot of people are still not aware. Nigeria is quite a big country and we will not stop advocating and creating awareness until it gets to the last person here in this country. We want everybody to be able to know, especially the locals, to know the importance that pollinator offers as it relates to their yield. And of course, we are looking at using the iNaturalist app by creating the Nigerian Pollinators project on the iNaturalist app. And part of our awareness activity will be to sensitize people on how to upload pollinators data on that app and also promote the existence of that Nigerian Pollinator project on iNaturalist on various platforms, including social media and print media and electronic media as well. And also we have learned that we need to build more capacity of our farmers. We've been able to do quite few things in the area of capacity building, but we still need to do more as a group. And also their attitude and perception on pollinators. Like on our demonstration plot, we want to build capacity of the farmers and also we want to develop farmer-friendly manual and share with our farmers on the need for them to reduce the use of pesticides and also on importance of pollinators to their crop yield as well. We have learned that we need to enhance farmers' livelihoods in target communities, like equipping them with pollinator-friendly containers. Now, I want to talk about the policy science practice community interface on pollinators in Nigeria. We have our effort towards policy science practice community interface, what it has given birth to. One of it is our engagement with the Nigerian lawmakers on legislations for the protection of pollinators. Then it has given birth to development of a government-led national pollinator strategy. The implementation of that has commenced. We have started with the first and second component of that strategy, which is to know the status report on pollinators in Nigeria, as well as to take stock and assess pollinators in Nigeria. And in developing this strategy, we hope to partner with the Naturalist Biodiversity Center in Netherlands. And if you remember in our last pollinator meeting that we had, there was someone from Naturalist Biodiversity Center that talked about pollinator strategy. And part of what we learned from that webinar has been able to push us to also feel there is need for us to develop a national pollinator strategy. So we hope to learn from them as well, and I hope they'll be glad to do that with us. Another thing that the policy science practice has given birth to is the target. We have been able to target research programs where governments can direct policies that will promote research, like the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, how that body can be used to adopt specific grants that will be for pollinator research in Nigeria. And of course, we've been able to push for government policy on citizen science to improve knowledge on pollinator in the society. We have also encouraged policies that could improve agroecological-based farming, that is the biodiversity-friendly agricultural practices. Another thing that has helped us as a group is we've been able to cooperate with participating countries at the Anglophone Africa Regional Trialogue. And part of it is we've been able to share knowledge with them and ask questions about what has worked for them, so that what hasn't worked, so that we can put that into planning as well. And of course, we've been able to exchange data with them on policies, legislations, and citizen science procedures as well. On engagement with indigenous and local knowledge holders on pollinators in Nigeria, we have been able to understand that the local knowledge can enhance pollinator conservation at the community level. Like we've one of the communities that we have been to, we realized that there are plants that could aid or promote on-farm pollinator increase, and they are being known by the farmers. A farmer could tell you, if you plant this particular plant, you could get more pollinators on your farm, and that way you get better yield at the end of the season. So that has been amazing to me as a person. And of course, we've been able to synergize both local knowledge and science, technology to develop key strategies for pollinators. Then we have been able to achieve awareness of valuation and values regarding pollinators with local people. We've been able to tell them, if you do it this way, it will be better. If you do it that way, it will work better for you. And some of them that do not even know the services that Pollinator offers, we have been able to create awareness and build their capacity in that area. So moving forward as a group, we are going to continue working on our work plan, implementation of our work plan for the remaining part of the year. And before the end of the year, we hope to have our next meeting where we sit down as a group and discuss, and let me say, monitor our work plan as a group. Be able to sit down and know what has worked for us, what do we need to do to make it better as a network. And also another thing that we are going to push for is to implement our work plan for the year 2021. I thank you all for listening. I can find that. I go see quarter. I cannot find it though. You think so? Let's listen to it.